What we are going to look at in this video is a tool that can greatly help us with our calculations using name ranges, and it is apply names. We have now seen that when we come to work with our calculations, it is ideal if we've already created the name ranges. Ideal, however, is a luxury we don't always have. Very often, we inherit other people's workbooks and we may find we have to create the name ranges with the calculations already there. So what we are going to look at in this video is a tool that can help us to do this, and it is called Apply Names. Now let's have a look at what we did last time. So we came to total package and created a calculation using cell references rather than a name range because we didn't have a name range. We've now decided that it actually would be a good idea to put the name range in. So I'm going to press enter and I'm now going to name all this package data. So stop for a moment. Can you think what will be the best method or the quickest method? Well, I'm going to suggest create from selection. So let's use that now. Just to remind you quickly, if you cannot remember on the formulas tab, create from selection is in the defined names group. And when you hover over it, to see the shortcut is Ctrl-Shift F3. This time we're going to use the shortcuts so you can see how quick it is. Right, so I'm going to click on P3 to select my heading. Remember, create from selection, you must include the labels. I then press Ctrl-Shift arrow down key to select all the data and then Ctrl-Shift F3 to select create from selection and then just press enter. So that's really quick. Let's double check now. So I'm going to come to my name box and then as you can see we have the total package. So that worked. When I come and check my calculation here, however, it has not replaced the cell references with the name range. Now, while that might seem a little irritating, actually it's a really good thing. There are several situations where we wouldn't want to use an absolute cell reference, and so a name change will not be a good choice. Excel doesn't want to inadvertently break our formulas, so it doesn't automatically replace them. Okay, that's well and good, but to now have to go and manually change every formula will be very slow and we don't want to do that either. So that's why we use the apply names. Now the apply name is also in the define names group and it's slightly hidden. If you come to the define name and click the drop down, it's the second option down, so I'm going to click on that. And it's opened the apply names dialog, which gives me a list of all of the name ranges in my workbook. You'll notice that it's picked up total package and highlighted it. That's because it identified there's a range being used in the calculation that is identical to the package range, and it's offering to replace it for us. Now, that's exactly what we want, but if we didn't want package or the total package rather, we could unselect it. And if we wanted a different one, we could select it by clicking on it. So you can select multiple ones if you like. We're going to do just the total package. And we're going to click on OK. It has now replaced those cell reference with a much neater and more meaningful word, total package. One limitation though that you should be aware of is you can only use apply names in the same worksheet as the name range. Right now, let's just have a look at one more little feature just for completeness. The one thing we have not discussed is the used in formula. Now, what I'm going to do is just click on to a brand new worksheet. And we're going to come to the use in formula and click the drop down. You may remember in the previous video when we were halfway through creating our calculation, we couldn't remember what the name range was. So we pressed F3. Well, this is the alternative. If you don't remember the F3 shortcut, you can always come in here and simply select the name range you want. But what I want to show you is right at the bottom here, which is called paste names. And when I click paste names, it brings out my paste name dialog box, but it gives me this option, paste list. And I'm going to click on that, and what it has done is pasted all my name ranges into my workbook. As our workbooks get more complex, it may become necessary to document them. So just double click here, so that the other users can understand what's going on. And this is one tool that Excel gives you to help you do this. So from the previous video, we have looked at how to create, manage, and use named range. As our calculations get more complex, we're going to need to rely on them more and more. So start making name ranges part of how you use Excel.